Yo-ho, a pirate's life for me.
Avast, mateys, and welcome back to you-know-who. Har, har, har. I guess that's enough mileage out of that gimmick. It's Doctor Who and the Pirates. No, not that one. It's the Doctor, Amy and Rory trying to save a band of pirates from a siren who's more than she seems in The Curse of the Black Spot. This episode opens aboard a 17th century sailing vessel where one of the crew members is brought on board having suffered a minor cut. The captain, Henry, declares it a death sentence. An eerie singing signals disaster and the pirate soon disappears, but a rumbling below deck leads the crew to the snap, crackle, and pop of sci-fi, the Doctor, Amy, and Rory.
Yo-ho-ho! Or does nobody actually say that?
Not happy to find stowaways on board, the Doctor and Rory are set to walk the plank while Amy is sent to the galleys below deck. Fun historical fact, actual cases of pirates making people walk the plank are incredibly rare. It's largely an over-romanticized myth. Amy dons some pirate garb in a scene that will feed my rich fantasy life for years to come, and scratches another crewman and Rory with her cutlass. Black spots appear on their hands and the singing begins. Out of the sea emerges a green lady. Her touch turns the crewmen to smoke. When Amy tries to stave off the siren, she turns red and pursues the crew. A leech attacks another pirate, and the Doctor wonders why the siren is after blood as she appears out of the water, destroying yet another pirate. The Doctor realizes she's teleporting through water, and they head to the ship's gunpowder room, which is perfectly dry. It's here the captain discovers a true stowaway, a young boy that the captain, Henry, reveals to be his son, Toby. Toby tells his father that his mother has died of typhoid, and reveals that he too has the black spot. This throws out the Doctor's blood theory, and he revises it that the siren is hunting the wounded or weak, picking off the least healthy. The captain and Doctor head to his TARDIS. The pirates reveal to Toby that his father is not a naval officer and decide to cut their losses and leave the ship. Toby sticks up for his dad and pulls a sword, cutting one of the pirates, who is then abandoned by his colleague. The Doctor attempts to bring the TARDIS to the powder room but loses control of his ship. He and the captain run only to see the TARDIS disappear into a green haze. The running pirate tries to steal the captain's treasure and locks himself in a room to avoid his captain's wrath, but a moment later is taken by the siren. The Doctor revises his theory again when he realizes it's not the water but reflections that are serving as the siren's gateways. They destroy all glass on the ship, and the Doctor has the captain throw his treasures overboard. They then head below deck and explain things to the others. Toby confronts the captain about having abandoned him and his mother for the last 3 years, but Henry offers no explanation other than he's made his decisions and can't change who he is. Amy and Rory are grabbing a quick 40 winks when...
Just stay calm.
Oh God, Space Nurse Ratchet is back. The Doctor questions how Henry left behind his naval career for the life of a pirate, but the captain again offers no explanation. A storm finally breaks and the crew works to get the ship sailing. Toby brings his father his jacket when the crown rolls out of it. Within moments, the siren arrives and takes Toby. The Doctor berates Henry for his greed, having cost him his career, wife, and now son.
Too late, I realize that my children are my only real treasures.
A swinging yardarm then knocks Rory overboard. The Doctor knows they can't survive the choppy waters and summons the siren to save Rory from drowning. The Doctor, Amy, and Henry agree to let the siren take them in the hopes that she will take them to the others. Sure enough, the siren takes them and they awaken some sort of spaceship. The Doctor realizes the ship is in a slightly different dimension.
There are lots of different universes nested inside each other. Now and again they collide and you can step from one to the other.
They find the crew dead from exposure to Earth's bacteria. Then they find Henry's crew.
Toby!
Sorry!
The TARDIS!
The black spot is caused by the siren taking a tissue sample. The Doctor has an epiphany. This is a medical bay, and the siren the ship's medical program, adapted to a human form. Whenever anyone has been hurt or sick, she's teleported them to the medical bay and put them in stasis to heal them. They're able to release Rory to Amy's care, but he's still in danger of drowning. Rory teaches Amy CPR, while the Doctor tells Henry that Toby has typhoid fever and can't leave the ship for fear of dying. Henry agrees to stay with his son and crew on the spaceship. They get Rory to the TARDIS, and Amy performs CPR. It doesn't seem to work, but then Rory sputters back to life. As the now space pirates take off, the Doctor bids Amy and Rory goodnight. Amy and Rory still agonize over the Doctor's impending death, and the Doctor is still worried over Amy. How could she be pregnant and not pregnant at the same time? Curse of the Black Spot? Really? Do they just not get Disney movies in the UK? And I have to admit, I was a little disappointed. With a title like that, I thought for sure we'd get at least one cameo from Captain Jack. He's here! Captain Jack! Captain Jack! You all knew that joke was coming sooner or later. Anyway, now that it's out of the way, let's talk about what I did and didn't like with Curse of the Black Spot. Well, first off, there are a few logic problems. Somehow, a child who's never been on a boat before managed to sneak on board and not be found by an able-bodied crew of sailors. Is the boy's name Toby or Newt? And if the captain can't return to London, then how did Toby get on his ship? Did he stow away to some sort of pirate port and then just wait for his father to show up? And this pirate. He gets the black spot and then re-barricades himself in the powder room with Rory, Toby, and Amy. But after that, we never see him again. Did the siren get him? When? How? Damn you, continuity! Damn you! Also, a misguided medical machine? Wasn't that the plot of The Empty Child? Okay, and that story was nanobots, but still, since Stephen Moffat wrote those episodes, it seemed like he should have pointed this out to the writer. Still, that's a minor quibble, and at least the siren wasn't always saying...
Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
The captain really didn't make much of an impression. He was a pretty bland character. All I got out of him was that he just seemed mildly regretful of the choices he made. I understand that we're trying to avoid pirate stereotypes, but a little more talk about gold and greed would have been appreciated. A little more annoying was the return of Nurse Ratched. I get that this is a reoccurring plot thread and we have to see it repeated, but if she's going to slide open a disappearing door and talk to Amy every single episode this season, it's going to be a pretty annoying plot thread. Hopefully they get her out of the way sooner rather than later. Also, the plot device of the siren teleporting the men away instead of killing them was a little obvious. When I first saw the smoke effect, my immediate thought was she must be transporting them somewhere. If you don't find any blood or body parts left behind in a sci-fi show, it's a safe bet that someone's been teleported. Oh, by the way, Stephen Moffat, if you're listening, stop killing Rory! Thanks. Now, there were some things I did like about this episode. The story has nice moments for all three leads. Amy's swashbuckling and Rory's siren inebriation. These were balanced against the more serious moments when they figure out how Amy can save Rory's life. I also liked the Doctor's constant revising. For once, he didn't have it all figured out in one go and had to keep rethinking what the siren was. There are also some nice surprise moments with the siren. The first time she goes red, and when the Doctor tells everyone they're safe and she shows up. Not really scary or startling, just surprising. I also really like the idea of the pirates in space. Am I the only one who wants to see them boarding UFOs with swords and ray guns and saying your money or your life to a bunch of aliens? Yeah, I probably am. Let me stress that I thought this was a good episode, not great. There's nothing really epic or memorable about it. It's just a fun time with a bunch of pirates and our favorite Time Lord. I give Curse of the Black Spot 3 out of 5 TARDISes. And we'll see you here next time on You Know Who for an episode written by Neil Gaiman, The Doctor's Wife.